Yeah, our topic is host family. Can you tell us, in your opinion, how should be a good host family like?
I think that there's not much like criteria for being a host family. I think it's really important that you're excited for hosting, that you are looking forward to that, and that you want to do that. I think especially in the United States or places where there's no public transport, or if you live far from everything, like even in Europe, then I feel like you have to be aware of that you need to drive the exchange student places or bring them places. That's not a thing where we live because we have public transport. I didn't realize that when I went to the US that I can go anywhere myself. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I feel like I had a friend and her host family did not realize that they have to bring her places, and they didn't want to bring her places. They told her, we can bring you somewhere once a week and that's all. And I feel like that's not really fair. Mm-hmm. Because you sign up for this and that's part of it. Yeah, like, I don't know. I could say things like having their own room, but I don't know. I think it's nice to share rooms or whatever. Like, I think that just being excited and being aware of what all it takes is all you need.
You're talking about having public transportation at the place you live at. We didn't say where do we live.
Oh,
I think we should.
I stayed in Michigan. That's Michigan, the Lower Peninsula, and I stayed in the Thumb right here in Sibuing. Wait, right here. Yeah, and there, I don't know. I felt like it's a nowhere of the nowhere, probably. And I really liked it, but there's nothing. Mm-hmm. There's a transit bus that you could take, but I don't exactly know how it works, and nobody really knows how it works, and nobody uses it, so.
Mm-hmm. Was it a dream place you ended up?
I mean, now I would say yes, but I really wanted to go to Alaska. I can't really explain why. I just think I really wanted to experience like the really long day, a really short day, and everything. And that didn't work because apparently they don't take exchange students because too many people got sent home. I think that only is a rule for Germany, but I am not sure. But I ended up in Michigan, which wasn't my choice, but I'm really happy that I ended up there. So.
All right. And you're talking about Germany, so we need to say you left Germany for your exchange year.
Right.
All right. Was the application process difficult?
I wouldn't say it was difficult. I think it was long. But it was a lot of paperwork, but I guess that makes sense. It was so that guy contacted us at our school, and we met I think 3 times until the people that really wanted to do it stayed, and then we met with our local Rotary people, and there was like an interview. I don't know who exactly was there. For sure the youth exchange officer and the counselor were there, and then there were more people, maybe the president, I'm not sure. And they talked to us, and it wasn't like an interview for looking if we're good enough or something. It was just checking our expectations, checking what we're like, if we are able to do it, and if we have realistic expectations. And after that interview, we got accepted like we applied for the district because that was with the Rotary Club, and then we applied with the district, which is the next bigger level in Rotary, and then we got this huge paperwork that we had to fill out. There was a little bit from school. For me, there was an English certificate thing that my English teacher had to fill out, but it wasn't. It was doable. It wasn't, and from the doctor also, but it wasn't anything too crazy.
All right, thank you for that. Let's move to America. How was your school life? Or maybe let's start with the first school day.
My first day of school was really exciting. I was really scared what it will be like because I didn't know anybody. I knew one person, but that person didn't wasn't at school that day, so I didn't really know anybody, and it was crazy. Like, I had to ask so many people about where to go and stuff, but it was good because then I started conversations and I started talking to people, and it was a positive excitement, and I think it went good. I don't remember who I was sitting with at lunch, but I was for sure sitting with the other Italian exchange student at my school that we became friends with.
How many exchange students were there at your school?
We had 5. We had first semester, we had me, the Italian exchange student, a guy from Brazil, and a guy from Spain. And the guy from Spain left after the first semester. He got sent home. And then for the second semester, there was a girl from Italy coming. She only came for the second semester.
Mm-hmm.
So 5, but only 4 at once.
All right. How was it with your timetable? Did you just get it, or did you get the support of your parents, or could you choose what subjects are you going to have?
So I went to the school before school started, with my host family took me, and we talked with a counselor that makes the schedules for the kids, and we talked about what subjects I should have, and we put it together.
All right.
It's crazy because in the US you have the same subjects every day, and I don't know, it makes a lot of sense in terms of learning, and you get to build a closer relationship with your teachers, I feel like, because you see them every day. My English teacher probably knows everything about me because of the essays we wrote and because talking before and after class. I had her in 2 English classes at the same time, so I had her 2.5 hours a day or something. It's crazy. I liked it for that year, but I think I also like if you have different subjects every day, because then every day is different. It was weird knowing what day in the week it is, or I don't know, there was no difference between the days because they were all the same.
Mm-hmm. How long was the school?
My school started at 7:50 and ended at 3, and so I took the bus to school that picked me up at my house at 6:20 in the first host family, at 6:40 in the second host family. And then we got to, I drove the bus for maybe an hour, and then we got to school half past 7 or something, and we were way too early, but everybody was, it was crazy, the school was already full 40 minutes before school starts. I don't understand. And
right.
People were standing in front of their lockers talking and everything. And then in the first semester I had chemistry in my first period, then I had English 11, then I had English 12, and then Algebra 2, Media, and Band. And in the second semester I had, for the first half of the day, instead of the 3 subjects, I went to the technical center, where you can learn a trade, or specified. It was only 1 subject. I had health science, and that was for the whole entire morning. So it was kind of focused on that subject so that you learn a lot. And the kids that do it for 2 years, which is, you can do it for 2 years, get certifications and everything. I didn't get many. I got a CPR certification and stuff like that, but you could become a nurse assistant after these 2 years of doing that.
That's nice.
At our tech center, at least.
Well, maybe at this place you can tell us something more about academic differences, because I know you were telling me about your friend who can shorten her studies at the university because of her courses she took at the high school.
Yeah.
So because our point of view is, high school is easy.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's new that you can make it for you hard to save time later.
Mm-hmm.
How does this work?
So, it's interesting. Like lots of my friends in Germany make fun of American high school because it's so easy, but you have to compare that in Germany we have different levels of school, and we are in the highest one. And yes, it is much easier than our highest level of school in Germany, but it's also much harder than our lowest level in school in Germany. So in American high school, everybody goes to school together, and there is some classes you have to take. And the difference is that in Germany, when you're done with the highest level, which is the only one that you can go to university with, then you're done with your general learning. And then when you go to university, you do major only. While here you still take math and science and English classes when you go to university. So what my friends were learning in math last year is what they learn in second year of university here, and they make fun of that, but we also do only our 15 subjects, and that's all. So yes, we know more in these subjects, but I feel like in US you try more different subjects because there's different things you can take. We don't have media, we don't have band as a subject or anything like that, and I think it really makes sense because it's really stressful for the kids in Germany to do the highest level of school, and that's not necessary, as I saw in the US. And then if you think it's too easy in the US, you can take college classes already when you go to high school, and after with taking these college classes, you shorten your time at college, which saves you money, which, well, college costs money. That's a controversial topic too, but that saves your time. You don't have to go to college as long, and you might be done with your general learning like the people in Europe are before you go there. So I think that European high school is not really fair in that, and that in the US you can just also everybody has their own schedule, which is not the case in Europe. So you can just make it work for you how it fits your style of learning and your level of academic knowledge and stuff like that.
Are the students focused on going to university there more than here, or?
I think so. I feel like that basically everybody goes to college in the US, which is not the case here, because obviously if you don't do the highest level you can't. And the difference is too that college in the US is for everything. I feel like college in Europe is more academics only. So if you you can learn a trade at college in the US. If you want to learn a trade in Europe, then you're going to go to job school or something. But so yeah, I think that basically everybody goes to college. There's some people that went into the workforce already after high school, but there's not many of these people.
All right. Can you tell us something about differences between exams here and there?
Yeah, comparing with Germany, or with my state at least, I'm from Hessen, there it's, you have 2 exams per semester, so that means you write 4 exams per year in each subject, and then we also have an oral grade, or a participation grade, which is 50% of your final grade. So that means that when you write an exam, one of the 2, that is 25% of your grade. So there's more pressure, I think, on our exams because it's so much of the total grade. While in the US, there's an exam every week, I feel like, or a test every week. So it's different because first of all, it doesn't count that much because you have more, and second of all, it only asks for the knowledge from 2 weeks ago. When I write a test in Germany, I don't remember what I did 3 months ago, so you have to learn for it. You have to study, re-study, and in the US, I feel like it's just like you don't have to study much because you still know it. I mean, you do have to study, but you only study what you're learning right now. But then there is exams in the end of the semester that ask for the whole entire semester. So for the like whole, I don't know, 5 months maybe, or 4, something like that. And so that kind of reminded me of our tests that we do, because it's both a long time period. And I don't know how much that was, maybe 20% of the grade. It was a lot. So that reminds me more of our tests that we have. And then a big difference was too that there's multiple choice in the US. We don't have that. And it's so funny. Like, all my friends told me it's so easy. You have multiple choice. You just have to guess. And yes, usually you can, even with not knowing, you just pick the longest answer or most specific answer and it's right. Or it's really easy. But if it's not, like, there's multiple choice questions where there's like things that are all kind of the same and you have to pick the right one. And that was really hard for me because I don't know how that works. So the good thing in European school, if you want to talk how easy it is, we have questions and you write the answer and you can just talk around the question if you want to look how to like cheat in each school. So I wouldn't say it's easier, but it's different. I think it was harder for me because I'm not used to it.
I remember my friend telling me when you were going to Michigan that in Michigan are really nice people, but I need to teach you doing that if there is shooting at school. Did you have any experience with school shooting?
No. There is a school that was close to our school that had a school shooting, I think, last year. So it's not like it wasn't present. It was really present. We had drills, like shelter-in-place drills. And the doors are bulletproof. They're really thick metal doors. And there's a lock on the wall that you lock the door with like a huge thick metal thing, and even if you have a key you don't get into the classroom because it's locked from the inside. And like when you go to a hotel, then there's like next to the door there's like this thing that tells you where the emergency exits are. So like that, there's a paper in the classroom next to the door that tells you what side, what wall of the classroom, where you, like, it's a marked what area you should stand in, like the class should stand in if there is a shooting. So it was really present. I feel like maybe at least once a week you got reminded of that I don't know, risk happening, but it never happened. So it's fine.
Lucky you.
And I don't think that my school ever had a school shooting in general, but schools in the area did. And we also had tornado drills, which was really funny because I didn't know that Michigan has tornadoes. I thought they don't, but they didn't used to, I think, or at least our area didn't used to have tornadoes, but then they had last year and a few years ago, or maybe a few years ago and then a few more years ago. Like in the last time they did have tornadoes, even though it wasn't like usual before. So we have tornado drills now, and that was like, there was a drill and we all went to the wall, to the thickest wall in the room, and like went down like this and waited until the alarm sound was over. So that was also kind of scary. I think we also moved tables there and went under tables. I'm not sure.
Yeah, not nice topic, and it starts raining, so I think we need to make a break.
Okay.
Thanks for talking to me.
Sure.
See you later.